and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be filming another video today, and especially excited today because I'm filming my first curly hair video. You guys have been obviously asking and requesting a lot for curly hair videos, but I am doing tips and tricks for curly hair. So these are basically my top tips and tricks that work for me every time. So yes, let's hop straight in. Oh, actually, wait, before I say that, I'm Jessie! Anyway, before we get into that, into my tips and tricks, obviously I'm going to be doing a massive series on curly hair, so I'm planning to do a lot of videos on curls. This will be my first one. I want to do so many different types of videos on curly hair, so they will all make up a series basically called Curls by Jayme Jo, and I'm super excited. The things that I've worked out for curls, I'm so grateful that sharing all that stuff has helped you guys and has inspired you guys to love your curls just as I now love my curls. Okay, so now let's get straight into the tips and tricks that I have for curly hair. Tip number 1. My first tip has to do with how many times a week you wash your hair. I typically only wash my hair 2 times a week. The first time I wash my hair a week, I use a cleanser, which is shampoo, and a conditioner, and I detangle my hair. The second time a week that I wash my hair, I will only use conditioner. The reason I don't use a shampoo both times I wash my hair is because shampoo and cleansing strips your hair of natural oil. As curly girls, we have dry hair already. You want to preserve as much natural oils as possible, and I found the best way for me to do this is to only shampoo my hair once a week. This way you will keep a lot more moisture in your hair, you will not strip your hair of natural oils. It will just be a better result, really. I find that my hair is so much more moisturized, so much more bouncy when I only shampoo my hair once a week. Just to recap, tip number 1 is use a conditioner and a shampoo the first time a week you wash your hair, and the second time a week you wash your hair, only use conditioner to keep your hair as moisturized as possible. Now we are on to my tip number 2. Tip number 2 is basically how to detangle your hair. I like to detangle only when my hair is wet. If you detangle when your hair is dry, you're going to create heaps of split ends, heaps of extra fuzz, extra frizz. It's going to damage your hair a lot quicker. So make sure the only time you are detangling your hair is when it is wet. Best time to detangle your hair is in the shower, and the reason why is because the hot air is going to open up your hair follicles, and it's just going to be a lot easier for conditioner to soak into your hair. Therefore, when you're detangling, it is just easier to get the knots out. Always detangle from the bottom up. So detangling only when your hair is wet, and in the shower is the best option, and that is my tip number 2. Ow, this tag's so itchy. Tip number 3. At the end of the shower, when you still have your conditioner left in after you've completely finished detangling your hair, to wash out your hair, make sure you turn your water to cold. Well, every girl loves boiling hot showers, but by turning the water at the end to cold, you are rinsing your hair with cold water last, and this is going to create so much less frizz, fuzz, and humidity, obviously, when you step out of the shower. When I forget to turn the water to cold and I step out of the shower and the last thing I wash my hair with is hot water, I'll get out and my hair will immediately puff right out, and it's just going to be a fuzzy mess. Basically, washing it with cold water locks in the moisture. When you are washing your hair with hot water, it opens hair follicles. When you wash it with cold water, it's going to close your hair follicles, therefore it's going to lock in a lot more moisture. So yes, make sure you turn your water to cold, and when you get out of the shower, it is going to be a lot less fuzzy. Your hair's going to be much more moisturized and much more defined. That is my tip number 3. Tip number 4. This is my last tip for in the shower. In the shower, the last time I wash my hair with cold water, I actually like to flip my hair over. So I will flip my hair over like this and let the water hit from the top, from this part. And the reason I flip my hair over in the shower is I started to notice that the bottom parts of my curls, these nice long bits, was so much more defined. And I thought maybe it's because when you wash your hair from the top, you're basically washing out all the conditioner from the top of your hair, but the bottom still has the conditioner left in. So I thought, maybe if I flip my hair over, the bottom of my hair will have less conditioner in it, and the top of my hair will still have more conditioner in it, so that means the top is going to be much more defined and much more moisturized. and it worked. The top of my hair was so much less frizzy, and it still had a lot more products left in it, meaning that it was more defined and more healthy. So yeah, my fourth tip is basically when you've turned the water to cold, flip your hair over when the conditioner's in it and wash it out from the bottom. Tip number 5 is basically when you get out of the shower, make sure that you are drying your hair not with a cotton towel. Don't do that. The reason is because those towels are so harsh and dry that they're going to create frizz, they're going to create breakage, especially in the bottom of your hair. They are going to just completely ruin all the work you did in the shower, basically. Always ditch that towel. So I like to use a t-shirt that I don't really care about that much to wrap my hair in after I get out of the shower. This keeps more moisture in your hair. It doesn't create as much breakage or split ends or things like that. And it also leaves my hair a lot more defined. So yeah, try that. Try not using a towel, try using a t-shirt. But yeah, this is the one I used today. Don't use a towel, use a t-shirt. Tip number 6. My tip number 6 is when you have left your hair to dry for about 5 minutes in your towel, or not your towel, in your t-shirt, when you take it out to put products into your hair, make sure you're separating your hair into 2 or 4 parts depending on how much hair you have, and then make sure you are evenly distributing products. To start at the front with the product, so I'll mush the product in my hand. I'll start at the front and I'll literally go all the way around the part, then I'll go from the bottom, then I'll do it one more time, and then I'll do the other side. So then once that product is distributed evenly with your fingers, I like to use a comb to brush it through. This is going to ensure that your products you're using is moisturizing your hair from every single part, and so you're just going to get a lot more even curls. Combing is also a good idea because I find that it separates my curls and just makes like little strands more defined. So yeah, make sure you part your hair into sections and really evenly distribute your product. That is my tip number 6. To tip number 7. This is all about the types of hair ties to use. This, not by any chance, want to use this little hair tie. This is not for curly girls. Your hair is going to get absolutely caught in this thing. You will have to cut your hair out. I know this because it happened to me. It's happened to me twice. Just don't use it. Throw it away. The products that I like to use in terms of hair ties for curls is this hair tie. It's flat, so you know it's kind of like rectangle shaped and flat, and it has no little like seams or rinds that are going to get caught in your hair. The other good type is one of these. They're round. Also are great at holding a curl in. They've got good strength, and yeah, I really like both of these hair ties. I also love using scrunchies. I find these amazing to do top buns and knots with. Also, they're so soft on your hair. They're not going to cause any damage. Yeah, I love scrunchies. Now we're on to fact number 8. This fact is about how to sleep with your hair. Sleeping with curly hair is a struggle because you have this amazing fresh wash and go, and then you sleep, and your hair, you wake up with a bird's nest. I figured out the perfect way to sleep with my curls to make sure that they're preserved for the next morning and they're less frizzy and less bird's nesty. I'm just gonna quickly demonstrate. Take your scrunchie, because scrunchie is the best option for when you're sleeping. You're gonna flip your hair over, collect your hair, and make a top pineapple. This is what I like to do to sleep. It basically collects all your curls into the top, into this pineapple form, so that when you sleep, obviously don't use this to sleep, but when you sleep, you're only gonna ruin this part of your hair. When you wake up in the morning and you take out your little pineapple, take out the curls, and voila. The top of your hair is preserved. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of damage. You're going to have a little bit extra fuzz, things like that, but it's going to be a lot better than if you directly sleep on your hair. So yeah, this is definitely the best option. Make sure you try this one out if you're having trouble with how to sleep with curls. Number 9 also has to do with sleeping. So try and get yourself a silk pillowcase rather than a cotton pillowcase. What this is going to do is the silk creates so much less Silk pillowcase creates so much less split ends and less breakage on your hair. It also is softer on your hair, so it's going to create less frizz and fuzz in the morning. And it is also amazing on your skin. Not that this has anything to do with this video. So yeah, try and get yourself a silk pillowcase just to prevent more fuzz. Fact number 10. Why do I keep saying fact? On to tip and trick number 10. Number 10 is basically just about protective styles. If you've washed your hair and it's freshly detangled and you are not bothered to dry your hair, because I know that happens to me a lot, curly hair takes a long time to dry. I like to sometimes sack making my hair curly, and instead I'll use a protective style that's not using heat, but basically it's just going to preserve your curls, it's not going to damage them. Braids is a really good option, so braid your hair. Don't use hairspray or gels or things like that. Try and get a curly gel that has no sulfates, no silicones, no parabens, blah, blah, blah. So try and get yourself a curly gel and use that to braid your hair. Also use that to do a nice slick back bun. And then if you're doing a slick back bun, use a head wrap. Head wraps are such a cute way to funk up your protective hairstyle days. That is tip number 10. Yay, we made it to the end of this video. I actually really had a lot of fun talking about all these tips and tricks. These are what work for me as a curly girl. I really hope that these tips help a lot of you guys. They really do help me. I use them all the time. They've come a part of my everyday kind of curl routine. Please let me know if you guys end up trying any of these tricks. I would die to know how they went for you guys. Please make sure you comment in the comment section below if you've used these tips and tricks and how they went for you. Also comment if you've got tips and tricks for yourself, because I would love to try new ones. That'd be awesome. Please give this video a massive thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. My other 2 videos have gone so well and I'm really happy with them. I cannot wait to continue my curly hair series. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. Bye.